You're 28 or 32 or 37, and you're still trying to find yourself. You've read the books, done the journaling, taken the personality tests, tried the meditation retreats, scrolled through Instagram quotes about discovering your true self, and you're still looking, still searching, still feeling like everyone else found the map and you somehow missed it. What if I told you the entire premise is wrong? What if there's no self to find? What if finding yourself is the exact thing keeping you stuck? Friedrich Nietzsche, a philosopher who didn't care about making you comfortable, had something to say about this, something that might piss you off at first, but it might also be the thing that finally sets you free. Part 1. The problem with finding yourself, the self-discovery industrial complex. Let's talk about what you've been sold. Go find yourself. Discover your true purpose. Uncover your authentic self, as if somewhere, hidden under layers of conditioning and trauma and societal expectations, there's this perfect, complete, ready-made you just waiting to be excavated, like you're an archaeological dig, and if you just read enough self-help books, do enough therapy, take enough ayahuasca trips, you'll finally find it. Why this keeps you stuck? Here's the problem with finding yourself. It assumes you're lost. It assumes there's a fixed, essential you that exists independent of your choices, your actions, your experiences. It assumes you're incomplete until you discover this hidden treasure. And what does that create? A generation of 25 to 40-year-olds who are endlessly introspecting but never acting, analyzing their feelings but not living their lives, waiting to feel ready before they start, thinking they need to know themselves before they can move. Meanwhile, time is passing, life is happening, and you're still in the searching phase, the American version of this problem. In America specifically, we've mixed this with consumer culture. Buy this course to find yourself. Social media performance, document your journey. Productivity obsession, optimize your authentic self. The myth of the perfect career, find your calling. So you're 30, changing careers for the third time because you're trying to align with your authentic self. You're single because you need to work on yourself first. You're not committing to anything because you don't want to betray your true nature. And underneath it all, you're exhausted, paralyzed, waiting for permission from some future version of yourself that has it all figured out. Part 2. Nietzsche's brutal truth. There is no fixed self to find. Here's what Nietzsche understood. You are not a treasure to be discovered. You are a sculpture to be created. There is no essential you buried under the surface. There's just you, right now, making choices, taking actions, becoming. Nietzsche said, become who you are, not find who you are. Become, which means you're not finished. You're not supposed to be finished. You're in process. Always. The will to power. Nietzsche talked about the will to power, not power over others, but power over yourself. The drive to overcome, to create, to become stronger than you were yesterday. That feeling you have, that restless, dissatisfied. There has to be more than this feeling. That's not a bug. That's the will to power. It's not telling you to find yourself. It's telling you to create yourself. You are what you do. Here's the part that's hard to hear. You are not your intentions. You are not your potential. You are not your feelings. You are your actions. You can feel like an artist. You can intend to be an artist. You can have the soul of an artist. But if you never make art, you're not an artist. You're someone who thinks about being an artist. Nietzsche would say, stop examining yourself and start expressing yourself. The Übermensch. Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch, or Overman, isn't about being superhuman. It's about creating your own values instead of inheriting them. Right now, at 28 or 35 or 40, you're living by values you never chose. Success looks like this, says society. A good life looks like this, says your parents. You should want this, says Instagram, and you're trying to find yourself within those values. But that's not self-discovery, that's conformity with extra steps. The Übermensch creates their own meaning, their own values, their own definition of a life well lived, not by finding it, by forging it. Part 3. Why this generation struggles. the unique pain points of 25 to 40-year-old Americans. Let's get specific about why Nietzsche's philosophy lands different for you than it would have for your parents. Number 1, the paradox of choice. You have more options than any generation in history. Infinite career paths and infinite ways to pivot. Global dating pool, swipe forever. Endless self-improvement content, which program do you start with? And Nietzsche would say, all these options are paralyzing you because you think one of them is the right one, the one that matches your true self. But there is no right one. There's just the one you choose and then build meaning into through commitment. Number 2, the comparison trap. Social media hasn't just given you FOMO, it's given you an endless stream of other people's authentic journeys. Everyone's found their purpose, everyone's living their truth, everyone's aligned with their values. Except they're not, they're performing it, but you're comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. Nietzsche would tell you, stop looking sideways. The person who's constantly comparing themselves to others will never create anything original. Number 3, the delayed adulthood economy. You're 30 with roommates, 35 and can't afford kids, 40 and still figuring out your career. Not because you're failing, because the economic reality's changed, because student debt is crushing, because housing costs exploded. And you know what society says, you just haven't found yourself yet. No, you're dealing with actual systemic problems, but you've been sold the narrative that it's an internal problem. Number 4, the meaning crisis. Religion is out. Traditional structures are crumbling. Your parents' life path doesn't work anymore. So you're supposed to create meaning from scratch, build your own value system, define your own purpose. And you've been told to find it within yourself. But Nietzsche knew, meaning isn't found, meaning is made. You make it through commitment, through creation, through action. Part 4, Nietzsche's actual advice. Number 1, stop searching, start building. Nietzsche said, he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. You don't find your why, you create your why, you choose it. That thing you keep thinking about, that project, that career shift, that creative pursuit, stop waiting to feel ready or aligned or called. Just start, build something, create something. The meaning will come through the doing. You don't need to know yourself before you act. You know yourself through acting. Number 2, amor fati, love your fate. Nietzsche's concept, amor fati, love your fate, not just accept it, love it. You're 33 and not where you thought you'd be. That's not failure. That's your story, your material, your unique path. The person who wishes they had a different past is wasting the present. Your power is here, now, with what you have. Not with what you wish you had, not with who you wish you were, with this, you, today. Number 3, create your own values. This is the hard part. You have to decide what matters to you, not discover it, decide it. Maybe success isn't the corner office, maybe it's freedom. Maybe a good life isn't marriage and kids, maybe it's deep friendships and creative work. Maybe purpose isn't one calling, maybe it's showing up fully to whatever you're doing right now. But you have to choose and then live it unapologetically. Number 4, become who you are. Nietzsche's famous phrase, become who you are. Here's what it means. You have tendencies, strengths, interests, things that come naturally, things that make you come alive. You become who you are by following those tendencies through action, not by thinking about them, not by journaling about them, by doing them repeatedly until they shape you. The writer becomes a writer by writing, the artist becomes an artist by making art, the leader becomes a leader by leading. You are not a noun, you are a verb. Number 5, eternal recurrence. The ultimate test, Nietzsche's thought experiment. What if you had to live your exact life with all its pain and joy over and over again for eternity? Would you say yes? Use this for decisions. Would I want to repeat this job forever? Would I want to repeat this relationship dynamic forever? Would I want to repeat how I'm spending my time forever? If the answer is no, you know what needs to change. Not because you haven't found yourself, because you're not creating the life you actually want. Part 5. What this looks like in practice. For the career confused, 30, third career change. Old story, I haven't found my calling yet. Nietzsche's reframe. I haven't built my calling yet. Stop waiting for the perfect alignment. Pick something, commit, build mastery, create meaning through excellence. You don't need the perfect career. You need to bring your full self to whatever you choose. For the relationship, hesitant, 35, working on myself first. Old story, I need to find myself before I can be with someone. Nietzsche's reframe, I become myself through relationship. You don't complete yourself, then add another person. You become yourself through the challenges of intimacy, commitment, vulnerability. Stop waiting to be finished. You'll never be finished. For the purpose seeker, 28, what's my ikigai? Old story, there's one perfect purpose out there for me. Nietzsche's reframe, I create purpose through committed action. Purpose isn't a destination. It's not something you find and then you're done. It's something you make day by day through how you show up. For the chronic overthinker, 40, still processing. Old story, I need to understand myself fully before I can move forward. Nietzsche's reframe, I understand myself by moving forward. Analysis without action is just sophisticated procrastination. You don't think your way into a new life. You act your way into one. So here's what Nietzsche would tell you at 28, 32, 37. Stop trying to find yourself. You're not lost. You're not incomplete. You're not broken. You're just not built yet. And that's not a problem. That's the point. You are not a fixed entity waiting to be discovered. You are a process, an ongoing creation, a work in progress. And the most powerful thing you can do is stop searching and start building. Choose, commit, create, become. Not through introspection, through action. Not through finding, through forging. Not through discovering who you are, through deciding who you'll be. You have more power than you think, not to find yourself, but to create yourself. And that's terrifying and liberating, and exactly what this moment requires. Stop looking, start building. If this hit different, drop a comment. What are you going to build instead of find? Subscribe if you want more philosophy that challenges you instead of comforting you. And share this with someone who's stuck in the finding themselves loop. Sometimes we need permission to stop searching and start living. You're not behind, you're becoming. Now go, become. Thanks for listening. Seriously.